Hey guys, what's up? I am GojiFan98 and welcome back for another new video for today. Today I'm going to continue on for the next episode of GojiFan98's Godzilla-Thon. Today we're on to the final finale of a Showa Godzilla series of the 15 entrants in the series with Terror of Mechagodzilla. This is my all-time favorite movie and I always love this film so much. Okay, so Terror of Mechagodzilla has a very interesting history we're going to have to talk about. Right after Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla in 1974 was successful at the box office, when the robotic clone idea worked, as Mechagodzilla became a member of Toho's Big Five, and so Toho began immediately working on the next film, where they thought they wanted to squeeze in one more movie to end of this series. Now let's begin to talk about its history. Before it was Terror of Mechagodzilla, according to what I learned from Toho Kingdon and some information, that Yoshimitsu Banno wanted to attempt making two movies similar like Godzilla vs. Hedorah way. The first idea, he wanted to make Godzilla vs. Mutant Starfish, or known as Hedorah, but this idea never came to pass. But Banno thought he wanted to make it a sequel to Godzilla vs. Hedorah as Godzilla vs. Hedorah 2. But unfortunately this concept never came to pass as a time because Tomoyuki Tanaka wanted to bring Mechagodzilla back in action again. So we have a new screenplay writer was hired when Shinichi Sasagawa and Takeshi Kimura unable to write the script at the time. So the new screenplay writer, it was a second female screenplay writer for the Godzilla film, which is, I don't know what her name is, so I put her name on the description below. When she wrote the script, in the original script idea, Mechagodzilla was supposed to be wearing a fake Godzilla disguise again to attack Tokyo, alongside with the Titans, a proto version of Titanosaurus in the early script of the movie. But that writing, well, she decided to rewrote the script and changed it to replace Titans to become Titanosaurus, and fake Godzilla will later use his costume again to appear at the end of the movie to portray Godzilla wandering out at sea. And so the new screenplay writer asked Tomoyuki Tanaka to offer Ishiro Honda to direct the movie. Before Honda was actually directed, originally Jun Fukuda was supposed to be to direct the movie, but unfortunately Jun Fukuda was declined offer, and he probably said he had enough to direct the Godzilla series, as he had enough. So Ishiro Honda was accepted the offer. Also, Akira Ifukube returned to score in the movie for the first time since Destroy All Monsters. But it does not count that he did not composing Godzilla vs. Gigan. They're actually using contained stock music from all his work. But it was nice to have Ifukube and Honda and Tanaka work together again for this time in an entrance. So it's really nice to have these three men to work together, for three still living fathers of Godzilla work together once more. And this is the final time Ishiro Honda to direct the movie. But now the Godzilla design is a similar costume for the last movie. Once again, they pushed the eye of his suit to make him more ferocious and meaner than Godzilla he is before. And Mechagodzilla, he's back in action as he's rebuilt and modified to become Mechagodzilla 2. There are three monsters: Godzilla, Mechagodzilla 2, and Titanosaurus. And this is the first time Godzilla fights against two monsters on his own, but he has humanity to help him, there's no ally monster to help him. Nothing. Well, that's, to me, it was kind of disappointing. But Godzilla doesn't even show up in screen time until 50 minutes in. But the one thing I really love this scene, when Godzilla shows up and he breathes the atomic breath at Titanosaurus, it was really great. That elements of that scene will later be used in Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019. But I'll save it when I get there for next year. Hopefully. So yeah, let's get to it. Throughout the movie, when the film began to start when the submarine had to find the remains of Mechagodzilla, who was destroyed by Godzilla and King Caesar, as in it took place right after the events from that movie. Titanosaurus is one of the weirdest kaiju ever, but according to the screenplay writer who made the idea, Titanosaurus is not actually a monster, he's a dinosaur monster. Akihiko Hirata returned in this entrance in the series, and he plays his final scientist character in the Godzilla series as Dr. Mafune, who's controlling Titanosaurus. So he wanted to get revenge on humanity, who did not believe his theory, and he claims he wanted to control Titanosaurus. So The Black Hole Planet 3 aliens are returned, but they're wearing the ridiculous silver jumpsuit the whole time. They didn't transform the apes like they did in the last one. So yeah. Kenji Sahara also returned in this entrance in the series. He plays Defense Force Commander. It was nice to have Kenji Sahara return, and it was nice to have him back, since he made a cameo in the last one. But Sahara will later return in the Godzilla series until the 90s, but I will save it when I get to that. Even I have one great moment in the film. It's where when Godzilla comes out of the ground, right after Titanosaurus was interrupted by the military, used the supersonic oscillator, because supersonic wave was bothered Titanosaurus. When Godzilla comes out of the ground and he breathes the atomic breath out of Mechagodzilla, like, surprise! Even when Godzilla charged forward against Mechagodzilla, when Mechagodzilla 2 fired all his weapons at Godzilla, due to an explosion getting out of control, it accidentally got a Godzilla suit on fire. That's very, very way out of control. Teruyoshi Nakano did a great job as special effects director. It was nice to have Nakano did it great until he makes one last Godzilla film he ever does for special effects in the next film later. But I'll save it when I get there. So, I liked the story. Everything was pretty good. When the movie came in the US in 1977 or so, in the first translation it was under the title Terror of Godzilla, removed all the cuss word and anything. But when it came re-released later by Harry G. Satterstein, put some scene in was cut off in the US version, only just barely. But like Kaiju Mukami taught me one thing: depending on what version you're watching, there may be something you did not know. Like, so many deleted scenes always cut off. Really bothered me. I really hate it when they decide to chop off. Well, it's just for safety for kids, not allow some scene they don't want to watch. It was a good thing to do. And so, Mechagodzilla will return until 1990s, but I will get there as soon as I can. But it's depending how far I go. But it was nice to have Godzilla and human team up to fight against two monsters. It was really great entrance in the series. But when the movie came out, it became a fail at the box office, and Terror of Mechagodzilla marked the last entrance in the Showa series, and the final time for Akihiko Hirata to play as a scientist character in the Godzilla series, before his death in 1984. And the final work for Ishiro Honda. Was really nice to have Honda back. But after Godzilla film he directed, he worked with his longtime friend Akira Kurosawa to work together before Honda's death in 1993. As Ichiro Honda said, Godzilla is no longer mine. It was time to have to let it grow. Well, that's all I have to say for Terror of Mechagodzilla. Stay tuned to the next episode. I'll review the beginning of a Heisei series with The Return of Godzilla. Stay tuned. Bye.